Hey everybody, we're back again. I'm here with Paul Wantke. How you doing, Paul? He's zooming in from Chicago.
What
Paul is a great guy with a great band, and they're coming to Portland on October 20th. Portland House of
That's
Music.
correct.
Yep. And the
Yep.
band is Smells Like Nirvana, and it's a Nirvana tribute band. It's going to be a really killer show. I'm planning on going. I'm bringing my director along with me. Maybe we'll even shoot some footage there or something. But what should we know? We'll talk about the show upcoming. But are you originally a Chicago native yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. First generation. So I grew up in Romeoville, Illinois, and then when I got out of college, I moved into the city. Yeah. My parents immigrated from Poland, so
They're not surprising. Chicago's got a great Polish community. So, at what kind of how old were you when you got the musical bug? I know we're going to talk about the Nirvana side of things, but you also had a Dead cover band, or still do. But when did you pick up the guitar? I assume maybe that's your instrument of choice.
actually drums is the instrument of choice. I've been to over 40 countries as a work for hire drummer.
Okay,
I
cool.
played I played for the hit musical Rock of Ages. I did 3 6-month contracts. I played for Kill Hannah. They were on Atlantic Records. I also played for the famous metal band Trivium. They just toured with Iron Maiden. That's kind of cool.
Nice.
Um, and they got nominated for a Grammy. But before all that, I got into music because of Nirvana. I always wanted to be a frontman. But my brother, being older, and my friends, older, his friends, they made me play drums, which wasn't a bad thing because later, the more I do this, the more I realize a lot of great frontmen got their start on drums, even like Bruno Mars, and stuff like that. Chris Cornell played drums, Kurt Cobain played drums.
Dave
A
Grohl.
lot of, obviously Dave Grohl, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and so, well, I mean, you have an uncanny resemblance to Kurt Cobain, so that kind of helps. And so, but you were doing drums for a lot of the time. I mean, it sounds like some interesting stories. Did you just kind of network through the musical, industry in a sense to get into all of those things, or how does something like that work out?
What do you mean, as far as being like playing drums and stuff?
Yeah, or how you got into the Rock of Ages. I mean, that's kind of an interesting place to get
Oh
to.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Everything is like um, snowball. Sorry, not going up, going down.
Yeah.
Snowball effect. Throw a snowball down a hill, it gets bigger and bigger. So like, I got the Kill Hannah gig from a mutual friend, and then after that, the guy that was in Kill Hannah recommended me to Rock of Ages. After that, the drummer from Dream Theater recommended me to the band Trivium because they got a. I studied with Mike Mangini, who's in Dream Theater right now at Berklee College of Music when I was there. And at the time, he wasn't in Dream Theater, but it's all kind of like who you know. And but for me, it's kind of funny that like, I worked so hard to be a drummer, but at the end of the day, I like the frontman role, and doing the Nirvana tribute is from the heart. And right now we're pushing one original album. It's called Dead Original. The name behind it is because I look like Kurt Cobain my whole life. Even the mailman would come like, "Hey, you look like Kurt Cobain," when I was a kid. And yeah, we've been opening up the shows with original music, so it's been
Okay.
pretty cool. Since the
Yeah.
lockdowns, we got one album out called Bought and Sold.
And so is Dead Original, what should we know about that album? Is that I somehow me not knowing a lot about these things, I thought it might have had to do with the Grateful Dead.
Right, everybody says that, dude.
Yeah,
But
right.
I thought it was a cool name. I ended up trademarking it, and the way I look at it and the way I'm thinking about it is kids, because the demographic for Nirvana is like 30 to 50, and they bring their kids. So these kids are being exposed to Dead Original, and I think that's cool. Has nothing to do with Grateful Dead. It's just the name behind it is because my whole life people are like, you look like Kurt Cobain. I was like, I'll never be original. So Dead Original, I don't know.
And did it take any kind of practice, or how does one get into to kind of, because I've watched some of the videos. I mean, the likeness is right there. The sound. I mean, did you practice the singing? Was this just because you grew up really loving his vocals, or just happens? Yeah, kind of. You never know, right?
It just came naturally. Like, I don't know.
Right.
The first show we played was at the Cubby Bear in Wrigleyville, and there was like 500 people, and the whole band, we like all looked at each other like, dude, we should keep doing this, because it was something different about this. It's like, it's not your average tribute show. It's like, it's because like Kurt Cobain died so young, not a lot of people got to see them, and it's like, it's this different vibe and aura. It's really cool for me as a fan, because like, you know, I was bummed when he died, you know, and it's cool to see older fans that have seen them give us compliments too, like, man, just remind me of Kurt and blah blah blah. So it's been really cool, you know.
Yeah, it brings you back.
The reason why I brought Cubby Bear up is because that's the first venue that Dave Grohl went to as a kid to get inspired to play music. I saw the article in Rolling Stone the day after our first show, which was about 8 years ago, and I was like, whoa, dude, that's so weird.
Yeah. Well, it's a very popular place, and but I agree with you. I think it's kind of an interesting thing where, like the Beatles, or like a band that it was so influential, but they didn't keep going, like the Rolling Stones, where everybody had a chance to see them, you know, and you still see the Rolling Stones to this day. You want to be able to capture that moment. And tell us about the show a little bit. Like, I mean, I've seen different clips. We'll play a clip on here shortly. What kind of goes on the show? What would one expect?
So right from the start, we say we do this for Kurt, right? So, you know, we're not like your average tribute band. I'm the only guy that looks like one of the band members, obviously Kurt, on stage. But it's about the music and just having a great time. But it's punk rock though, you know. You could tell that we're being ourselves, goofing off, kind of improvising at times. Like, we don't stick to the set, you know. So everybody the past 8 years, and it's growing, it's getting bigger and bigger, because I would do this on and off. I never did it like full time until the lockdowns, because before, as mentioned, I was playing drums for people. The show is getting like better and cooler, and we just like the vibe from people coming up about this is really cool. So I'm really excited, and then to get hit up by an executive from American Idol about some TV show that they're doing, some impersonator show. We must be doing something right, you know.
I mean, that's
unless you just did a search on Instagram. Who knows? I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's you guys are, you know, on a lot of social media that I've seen, and so and it makes sense. I mean, if that's a new show, that it actually makes sense as a new show too. What's the catalog of albums? Do you guys play a lot of the earlier stuff? They're, you know, all throughout. It felt to me like, again, watching some stuff from the website, that you were having a little bit of a, you know, taking us on a journey from one thing to another. Is there kind of a little rhyme or reason to that, or are you just playing different songs that you guys like, or?
Well, we're just trying to keep ourselves and people happy. Like, we like to mix up the sets. Like, we actually have a song request tab online, which I don't think a lot of bands do. But I think, you know, we're offering a service. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got a tier system. So, like, depending on what kind of song requests we get online, then we'll probably mix into the set. But yeah, we do all their songs, but it's like heavy Nirvana In Utero, and then songs from Bleach, and then whatever songs from Incesticide or whatever weren't released until after his death. You know, like, You Know You're Right stuff.
Definitely. So let's tell everybody out there where they can get the tickets. We want to make sure everybody goes to see that. Like I say, me and my director will be going to this. How do they, is that an Eventbrite, or what's the best way? Just tickets down at Portland House of Music?
Just go to smellslikenirvanatribute.com.
Yeah.
And click tickets. You'll find Portland House of Music right there for October 20th. And you can also make a song request. There's a song request tab on the website. And don't forget to stream our first album under the moniker Dead Original.
Dead Original. Whoa. Check that out. And we'll leave you guys with a clip from Smells Like Nirvana. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Paul. We'll see you soon live here, and I appreciate it again. Thanks again. We'll be right back. Check this clip out.
Here they are, Nirvana.
Two, three. We miss Kurt! We miss Kurt! Yeah, man, this is what this is all about.